Dude, let me put you on. I'm not even kidding. Batman, are you, pardon my language, are you freaking kidding me though?
Dude, they're great movies.
Dude.
And I that's what I thought when I saw them 17 years ago. I'll be honest. That's exactly
why is no one talking about these movies anymore?
Dude, they were when they came out. Again, 17 years ago.
Bro.
When The Dark Knight came out.
The Joker? Like, are you kidding me?
Heath Ledger? Yeah, no.
Oh
no,
my God.
I've seen it.
Hit it, Hutch.
You know what it is now. Boys and girls of the podcast world. Matt and Tyler on the mics. They're gonna stay here until they agree. They're gonna stay here until they agree. Oh, thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
Okay. But like so the Joker. He's
The
one
Joker?
step. He's always
the
one
one
step
with
ahead.
Joaquin Phoenix, or are you talking about like
No.
the Dark Knight Joker?
Heath Ledger, the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You. What range, by the way?
One, hardly know her.
Come on. Wait.
Two,
Yeah.
rest
Okay.
in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Three, best Joker performance of all time.
And here, okay, yes. So this might fall flat because I don't know how well regarded these are in pop. I know they're regarded poorly, but I don't even know people talk about them anymore. The Suicide Squad, the first one, because the second one I saw
With
the second
Jared
one.
Leto?
The second one people kind of liked. The first one, has a Joker in it, Jared Leto. And here's the thing. Here's what I felt about it. I didn't mind Suicide Squad, the first one with Will Smith and Margot Robbie and Jared Leto. I really didn't mind it. Welcome back to Until We Agree, by the way. I've watched the Dark Knight movies. If this is your first time, hadn't seen them before, and I just saw them for the first time this week, and it's blowing my mind how good they are, and the fact that no one even cares about these movies. Okay, but the Joker and that, I was like, I didn't really know what the Joker was about because I didn't. DC Comics and the movies had no real connection to him. So I kind of found the first Suicide Squad movie.
You never watched the animated Batman and stuff?
No, never. And so I truly had like no connection to these movies. So I liked the first Suicide Squad movie just because it was kind of fun. I didn't understand. Sure. I didn't understand the stakes that the Joker could go to. And now I'm thinking back to those that like I get it now. Like you can't.
Why everybody hated it? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't compare it. Here's the thing. I bet the Joaquin Phoenix Joker's pretty good. There's no way it comes close to Heath Ledger. It is
all right.
It is one of the most incredible. Like, it is. These movies have made me want to start watching and taking in good media for the first time in my entire life. I've always loved like kind of like dirty, cheap like rom-coms and stuff. Like not dirty in like a dirty way.
I have a movie for you.
But like just like rotten movies. But
is this why you were so like happy with me reading now? Because like you're into cool media again,
dude. Why? I had no idea that like the movies that everyone loves and adores are like that for
good,
a reason.
Dude. Yeah.
I just assumed that those were sheep following a crowd that they didn't understand. But no, the Joker, the Dark Knight is good. And I would have loved to see what would have happened. And truly, rest in peace, Heath Ledger, because you could tell after the second movie there was more of the Joker's story to tell, and we didn't get it. And that's like it is what it is. Because I was talking to people before I watched the third one. They were kind of like, it does take there's a downturn in the third one. The third one's still great though. Like it's still good, and they do great with it. Hines Ward. Here's my one problem with it. Hines Ward was 36 at the time at recording, and why is he returning kicks? For the Phantom for the Gothic, what is it? What's this city called? Gotham. For the Gotham. The Gotham Rogues.
You're 3 movies deep. Don't know the name of the city, but that's
why.
Cool.
That is coaching malpractice to put an old man on kick return. Granted,
a bit rude for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I have so much passion, and then there's the movie ends with a nuke. You could have given me a million chances to guess how the Dark Knight trilogy ends. I would have not guessed a nuclear bomb. Is
it a nuke? Okay, well. What did you think about the ending, like after that?
Oh, it was so good because I fully bought into the fact. It's crazy because I have no idea how any of these movies ended. All I knew going into them was Hines Ward was in one of them, and Heath Ledger's Joker is beloved, but I didn't know why. I get it now. This guy, the Joker, he's always one step ahead. They don't give him enough credit, but he's pretty good. But yeah,
there's one thing I know about the Joker. It's that he's always one step ahead.
and so yeah, so the ending. I guess this is the spoiler alert. They've been out for 15 years. And they're well loved and regarded and seen by everyone at this point. I fully bought into the fact that Batman died. I wish I should have connected it, because the second that Morgan Freeman came back on screen talking about autopilot, I connected it immediately. And I hate that I didn't. That autopilot thing had to have served a purpose, and I just missed it. Batman put autopilot in, flew off in a different direction. I loved it. I was like, I liked the third movie a lot, but I was like, yeah, I get why this can be seen as underwhelming compared to the last one, but it completely saves itself with that ending. I loved the ending. You get to Florence, Italy, and not his name's not Lawrence. What's his name? Topher. Alfred. Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. So Alfred accomplishes his dream because he's
just basic lore. You just don't know it.
And then you look.
Do you know how Batman got his start?
His parents died, and he was a rich billionaire. And then he went to the League of Shadows.
Begins.
That's the thing. I'm not a big origin story guy. Everyone says that the first one's better than the third one. I don't love an origin story though, especially one that I knew it. I actually did know some of the origin story of Batman. I knew he was rich, and I know his parents died, and that's like that was like his big like reason for the path he went down. So I'm not like a huge origin story guy, which is what it is, but it was still good. But those last two movies, and especially that second one, oh my gosh, what is going on with what is going on with the Joker, man? This guy's crazy.
What would you say the Joker's okay? If I had to give you the Joker's one step ahead, or he's just like a goofy guy? Which one would you pick? It's a tough choice because he's kind of both. But you can only pick one.
But he's always both is the thing. So, but yeah. The one thing he
Quick,
always is.
Give me your best Joker impression.
You want to know how I got this podcast?
Okay.
That was so lame.
Dude, you got to keep that in, man.
It's staying in, but I hated it so much. That's been my week. I will say my last point is I loved the way that how Christopher Nolan handled the Joker not being able to be in the last movie, was just cast every A-list actor of all time. One more point after that, because you got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Anne Hathaway, all making an appearance for no reason in the third movie. I'm sure there were others. Okay, this is my last point. And this is truly my last point. This is the one. Okay, no. I have two last points.
Okay,
One's quick. Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy is
Oppenheimer.
He is Oppenheimer, and that is true. That man, especially that age, Cillian Murphy, he is way too beautiful to be a villain.
Right.
Like that is.
And he's in the first movie, right?
He's in all three of them, but yeah, he's very prominent in the first one. But then he makes
is he Scarecrow?
Yeah, he's Scarecrow, and he has small appearances in the next two, but he's kind of a main focal point of the first one. He is truly the most beautiful man I've ever seen. Dark Knight, Cillian Murphy.
Have you seen? Okay, you should watch Peaky Blinders if you like Cillian Murphy.
I don't know if I like him or not. I just think I almost was taken aback by how beautiful he.
Sorry.
Okay, I might check it out then. Okay, so that's one point. That's one point. My last point is what is it? I have so many more points actually. What was one I was about to say though? Well, I'm thinking of that one. I'll give you a third point. Why?
No, well, okay.
Batman's ethics and morals are horrible. I'm not a proponent of murder by any means, but he says he always goes. He was talking to Catwoman, trying to make her a better person, so he can marry her. He goes, no killing, no guns, and then you're like, okay, but they're using guns and they're using those guns on civilians. And he keeps them alive, and it's like,
let me put you on Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, but let me put you on to how they just break out all the time. Like
I will say Arkham Asylum's for the quantity of high level criminals that they have in that building, their security is pretty lax.
Yeah, it's an absolute joke. And so I'm sure there's going to be more issues with that in the future if they bring Christian Bale back, but that is what it is. I can't remember what my other point was.
We've seen two Batman since Christian Bale. By the way. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. I have seen the Robert Pattinson one, and I do like his. But But yeah, so that's the end of my Dark Knight story for now. I have that one point that I can't remember. If it comes back to me, I might just cut in and let everyone know. But for now, I'm good to leave it. How was your week? You had a crazy week, it seems like.
Yeah, I was in Knoxville, as everybody knows. But real quick, I got a suggestion for you, since you love renowned media now.
Let
me put you on to Parasite.
That is well regarded and well beloved in the film community.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't, and I know how much you love it, but I've been ripping on it for years.
Because another thing about Parasite, you know where that movie's from?
Oh, this is about to be a great transition. Is it from South Korea?
It is. And you know why we're going to talk about South Korea?
Tell me.
New listener alert, South Korea.
New listener.
Greet them.
So, some of you may not know this. Also, if you're new, you don't know this at all. We greet every time we get a new country listener. We greet them in their native tongue or their native accent, depending on where we're at. So most of you may not know this. My wife. You want to hear my impression of Borat?
No, we don't need to hear that.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. My wife.
Do it anyways.
Yeah. He's from Kazakhstan, but my wife is from
Your wife is from Kazakhstan.
no, that's just Borat. And I was about to say my wife is from South Korea. That's not true. She's from Alabama, but she's 1/4 of the way from South Korea by ethnicity. So I am actually pretty well versed in the South Korean language, and I went to.
Are you?
Yeah, I can say hello. Do you want me to do it?
Okay. Yes.
And I'm going to do it in the impression of my wife.
Well, okay. Be careful.
Obaseyo, Matt, leave me alone. I need some space.
Okay, so that's what that call was about. Before we started recording, Matt called his wife and said, "Hey, what would you say if I was bothering you?" And then she just said, "Oh, I don't know." And then Matt had to say, "Oh, well, just what would you say though if I was all up in your face?" And she said, "I need some space." And then Matt said, "Oh, that's good." And so that's where that came from. But I think you mispronounced that whole thing, by the way.
Obaseyo. That's how you say hello.
Annyeonghaseyo. Annyeonghaseyo.
No, you're saying
Annyeonghaseyo.
No, it's Obaseyo.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Bro, here's the thing is I'm so sure that it's Obaseyo.
Annyeonghaseyo. Look it up.
You look up I don't know how to even spell what you're trying to say.
Just say, how do you say hello in Korean?
Okay, I'm gonna put it into Google Translate right now.
Yeah, and then get a sound clip of the word and put it in the podcast, and we'll hear who's closer.
Okay. I'm typing in hello right now. How do I do sound on here?
You press the sound button. I'll just do it on my phone.
Yeah. So I know how to do this really well, but I just want Tyler to get practice doing it too. I actually know how to use the Translate app.
Ready?
Yeah.
안녕하세요.
Obaseyo.
No.
안녕하세요.
No, that's not what they say.
Oh, here's a nice woman telling us on YouTube how to say it.
안녕하세요. 저는 mahalo.com의 박선영입니다.
Bro, here's the thing.
Hi, my name is Sunny Park from mahalo.com, and I'm here to teach you some Korean phrases. I'm going to teach you how to say hello in Korean.
Okay.
안녕. Or 안녕하세요.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said.
What is Oba? Hold on. We got to call her back. That's the only word I know.
Well, that's not even a word, apparently.
Hold on.
According to Sunny from the YouTube. Ask her why I know more Korean than her.
Yeah, maybe. Not to play into gender roles, but she is cooking dinner right now, so she may not answer.
She better not.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Why is what is that? Who is that?
Tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, it's Matt from Until We Agree with Tyler from Until We Agree, and we're actually recording an episode right now. Apparently, we've been saying hello in Korean.
She answered.
Wrong. Oh,
she answered.
Brittany, hello?
Hi, you called me?
Yeah, I was leaving a message. I didn't realize you answered. Did you know we've been saying hello in Korean wrong this whole time? What does obaseyo mean?
It means hello.
So here's the thing: is there's no source that says that's how you say it, and now I'm concerned of what I've been saying this whole time.
Tell her what I said.
on.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Tyler says it's annyeonghaseyo.
That's not what my grandmother says.
And her grandmother is fully Korean and only speaks
Yeah, no,
Korean.
I gotta say I trust her grandmother, honestly, but everybody on YouTube and Translate says otherwise.
Yeah, what he's saying is he trusts your grandmother, but everyone on YouTube is saying otherwise. So we'll get to the bottom of it.
There's
But
more than one way to say hi, though.
oh, that's true. There's more than one way to say
Oh,
hi.
there's
and,
hi and then there's hello.
and maybe
You know what? We might be onto something here.
okay, Brittany, we're gonna let you go, but thank you so much. Okay, bye. Hey, Rat Pack, editor Matt here, ready to put this thing to bed once and for all. So we got to the bottom of it. Obaseyo, what I said, is kind of what you say when you answer like a telephone. That's that kind of hello, like hello, like a question mark. And then whatever Tyler said, I don't want to try to repeat it because I forgot what it was. That's just your standard hello. So both are hello, but different inflections. All right, thanks for listening, Rat Pack. And here is Matt and Tyler from Until We Agree. And here's editor Brittany saying hello in Korean.
여보세요.
So it looks like we have a native speaker who doesn't know what you're talking about, but everyone else in the world seems to know what you're talking about. So maybe both are fine.
Yeah, maybe both. I'll say both are probably fine.
Yeah, and at the very least, we want to say thank you for listening, like Hutch would say. Yeah, so was the point of that to say that I should watch Parasite? Because I might watch Parasite now.
You should. I mean, you have to read subtitles, but it's worth it.
That's fine. I don't mind that at all, actually. Can we talk about another media thing that we might be doing here soon? That maybe even the Rat Pack would want to get involved in? Because I have a name for it now. Do you want to hear the name for it?
Yeah.
Well, let's set the scene first. What did you text me about last night?
I said that we should read a book together because I'm reading books again.
Yeah, this guy's back on books.
I don't want to spoil Catcher in the Rye because my aunt is also reading it right now, and so I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, faithful listener,
so,
yeah, that's true.
But so I'll give my review maybe next week. I'll go ahead and give my review. It was okay.
No, it's garbage. You know it's garbage too.
It was okay. It was okay. Like it was fine. Like I didn't not want to finish the book, but then I can't say anymore because
yeah.
It
does make you wonder why it made everyone in the world want to kill John Lennon.
What, is that the book? This is the book that did that?
That's the book. Can you believe that? That's the book that made that guy want to kill John Lennon.
I'll be honest. I don't see it. I don't get it.
I don't either, but I kept waiting for there to be a twist that made me want to kill John Lennon, and it never came. So I don't know. Maybe that guy was just was built a little bit differently. But yeah,
maybe we should go back. I think if you look at the first word of every page, it says kill John Lennon over and over.
That's so good. But yeah, so what we want to do is maybe if we start a virtual book club, me and Tyler from Until We Agree, of course, and then if the Rat Pack wants to read along with us, we'll tell them what we're reading that week, and then they can come back and ready to have a discussion with us about the book we're going through. So that's a loose idea we're flirting with. We may get started on it soon, but here's the name that I came up with.
Okay.
Until We Read.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's fine, man.
Oh man. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Well, we can start a book club. I just was expecting something creative.
We'll get Hutch to make a theme song for it too.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick.
That would be a sick.
But yeah, so
we'll get
keep an eye out.
But yeah, you need to watch Parasite. You'll be reading subtitles.
Good practice, yeah.
And then, yeah, I guess you asked me about my week because I've read 2 books in the last week.
No way.
And so I've been busy. Yeah, one was called Butcher's Crossing. I would recommend that over Catcher in the Rye.
Most books can be recommended over Catcher in the Rye. Was that in the midst of you missing another flight? A common theme in this podcast is Tyler loves missing flights.
Not a single flight was missed.
Except you didn't get on a flight you bought a ticket for.
Right. So I got a ticket for this flight Saturday morning, 7 a.m. And so I get up at 5 a.m. To get to the airport to get on the flight. And I see a text that says, hey, by the way, this flight's canceled now. And so I say, oh, that's not good. I'll just book another one. Don't worry. And then I go on and there's no flights till the next day. And so then I go on and I get a flight the next day, but there's not one until 5 p.m. the next day, which is fine. I'm at home. Like it's not that big of a deal. But when you were supposed to be home at noon on Saturday and you don't get home till like 9:30 on Sunday, 9:30 p.m. that is, it's just not that good. And so I have a statement I'd like to make.
Okay, please take the floor.
Boo United.
No way.
Yeah. I will never accept any sponsorship money from United Airlines.
Unless they pay it, of course.
If they give us money, I guess I'd have to take it, but I won't accept it.
Did they not give you like flight credit or anything?
Not yet. We're going to write a strongly worded email.
Yeah, it was
I might
their...
need you to write a strongly worded email after what you said to that wedding planner. Not wedding planner, but the photographer.
The videographer. Yeah,
the content videographer.
Dude, if there's one thing I love doing, it's talking to business people and making them feel a little dirty. So yeah, I'd be happy to do that for you. I don't like confrontation though, so you'll have to handle the confrontation part. But I'll write the letter and then let you kind of deal with the fire. I've only flown on United once, and it was the second worst flight I've ever been on in my life. It was the worst for quite some time. It was one of those, you know how I bet you were probably on one of the similar planes coming out of Knoxville. One of those four across kind of planes that aren't very big.
I have news for you. I was on one that was 3 across.
So like 6 total seats? Oh, wait. Oh, so you're saying 1 and 2?
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine. And
you couldn't even stand up in the hallway to get out.
Yeah, and flying into Texas in spring, I bet it was rocky because I took the same flight.
It was windy, man.
It rocks your body on those little planes, and that was what happened on the way down to Miami for the bachelor party. That took that place for the worst flight I've ever been on. We were stuck in a storm, and whatever the pilot's choice was, it was to keep us inside of the storm clouds for probably 25 minutes. Ooh, it was rocky. I did not like that one. But yeah, United, I'm 0 for 1 on United. And who knows if it's ever going to get a chance to redeem itself. They love those little tiny planes. And Brittany says I'm never allowed to put her on one of the small planes. So we're going to do what we have to do on that.
Yeah, you might have to get on one of those at some point. But
yeah, sometimes there's no choice.
I did make it home, and that's great and all. But I haven't eaten today. And I'm weak. And I'm dizzy. And my arm hurts, and I've been sucked dry.
Why, man? What happened?
They took my blood, man.
Oh, they took your blood.
Dude, they took my blood. Not vampires. I'm talking about the doctor. The people that's supposed to make you better just made me worse.
Yeah, did they tell you not to eat before you got your blood drawn?
Yeah, because you can't eat before you get your blood drawn.
Bro, here's the thing: is you actually just can. You just have to tell them if you. Okay,
that's not true because
are you about to start lecturing? Are you about to start lecturing me on getting my blood drawn, even though I have Crohn's disease and I've got my blood drawn more than your entire body has blood in it right now?
Hold on a second. I just saw a commercial for Sky Rizzy. Have you tried Sky Rizzy by any chance?
Get out of here with that.
Dude, I'm just asking.
Dude,
no sponsor.
How sick would it be if we got sponsored by Sky
Rizzy?
Rizzy? No, bro, because you get a prescription and you use that prescription. So I have a prescription already for Crohn's disease.
And what's it for?
Dude, because my body inflames itself if I don't freaking take
What's the prescription for? What's the prescription for?
What do you mean?
What's the medicine called?
Bro, that's HIPAA, bro. I'm not talking about that on the podcast.
Dude, that's not how HIPAA works. You're fully allowed to.
No, I'm not, bro. My wife is half of a dietitian.
Okay, fine. We'll get off Sky Rizzy. So they took my blood, right?
Okay, yeah.
And they're drawing blood, and it was pretty seamless. Because, I have pretty veiny arms, apparently.
You do,
and she was, pumped when she saw my arms. She's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they get so fired up.
Yeah, they get fired up. And so she took some blood, and then she said, have you left a urine sample yet? And I said, no, I haven't. And she said, will you be able to? And I said, I think I might. And so I headed over to the bathroom and left a urine sample. Bathroom story time. So, yeah.
Was this one what they have to watch?
No, it's not like a drug test. I think they just needed urine for some reason. Actually, I didn't sign up for a urine test, so maybe that's just...
This was also outside in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's just her personal thing.
Yeah.
It was a new building, and they don't have any signage, so it kind of looked creepy.
Yeah, it was the building being a gold 1998 Toyota Camry.
Yeah, no. it was a gold 1998 Toyota Camry, and the bottle, that you use.
Yeah.
this joke's gonna hit. You know how they have the sterile things attached to the lid so you don't open it?
Yeah.
It was already undone. Nah, I'm joking.
That joke was so funny because it didn't hit at all.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah, that was good, man.
All right, but what was I talking about? Oh, because I'm weak and woozy.
Yeah.
They didn't even give me a cookie.
Bro, you don't
Are they supposed to give you cookies?
Well, okay, you had to. I actually do know for a fact you had to act faint to do that. If you act tough, they're not going to give you a cookie.
I was acting tough too.
You're also thinking of donating blood. They take a lot more blood when you donate blood.
That's what I heard right when. But here's the thing: when you donate blood, like yeah, you're doing a good thing and you deserve a cookie. But when I'm giving my blood for medical purposes, like I feel like I should. I haven't eaten all day. It's 3:45 p.m. Maybe I should get a cookie as well.
Bro, here's the thing:
or crackers, saltines, even.
Unless they explicitly tell you not to, I don't want to break HIPAA here. Unless they tell you not to eat before you take the blood test, you just have to tell them that you've eaten before the blood test.
They told me not to eat because what happened was I did my normal doctor's appointment about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was I went in and she said, "You're not fasting are you by any chance?" I said, "No, I'm not," because it's 4 p.m. And she said, "Oh, okay, well, we'll just have to reschedule your blood thing. That's no problem." And so that's what we did today. It was rescheduled for today. Well, and so I fasted all day.
Can I tell you something then?
Yeah.
I'm very sorry for speaking on something I didn't have the information on.
Dude, I wouldn't expect anything less of you.
Thanks, man. Or I don't know if thanks. That actually I think was insulting, right?
Dude, it's whatever you feel like it is.
Okay.
But I meant it very insulting.
Yeah, right. That's kind of what it felt like. But no, what the thing is you have a lot of flight issues, and they're flight issues that I've never encountered, and I don't want to.
I
but
do.
Like,
I also fly more than you.
I mean, that's true, but like, it seems like more often than not, you're having an issue with your flights. Which
it does feel
weird.
like about every flight, but I think it's honestly, I think it's a Knoxville thing. Like the Knoxville airport is just not the one you want to be flying into. Or
yeah, those small regionals,
something bad's happening.
Yeah, they only have the Ruby Tuesdays in there. Like, there's something weird going on at the Knoxville airport.
Oh, the line out of Ruby Tuesdays was, oof. I mean, it was across the hallway. It was unbelievable.
That's the thing, man. Knoxville's not a McGee Tyson size airport. They need like one more restaurant, and then I think they'll be fine.
I would say Knoxville is a McGee Tyson size airport because that's the airport that's there. But if you want to call something else, that'd be fine.
No, that's a great point.
Yeah, if you're talking about Nashville B&A, Nashville International Airport, then I would agree it's not that size.
No, yeah, I would agree that there are different airports with different functionalities and
sizes,
specifications.
And
for sure. No, I think we're totally aligned on that. We almost agreed. That is the point of the show. In case you're new, we argue on the show until we agree. And if you haven't picked up on that yet, catch up, because that's what's happening here. Okay, debate of the day.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. I wrote this on the agenda. I saw a TikTok yesterday of a girl.
I already know what's happening.
Do you want to do a mute?
Real quick.
Yeah, do a mute.
Oh, well, I'll just tell you, because it's like, I don't know the situation on Taylor Swift, but I know that we're talking about it, so we can put Swift in the title. Like, the title definitely said Swifties or Taylor Swift or something along those lines.
The parentheses on this title is laden with Taylor Swift references. So I was watching a TikTok yesterday, and it was this girl. It was very Nashville. It was like, you know how like the new thing is you like pretend to post a Snapchat of someone saying something insulting about you, but it's actually you doing something. And so this girl was like, I think she must have been on Broadway or something or somewhere. It was somewhere in Nashville, and she was like, the caption on the Snapchat was like, "This is so cringe. This girl thinks she's the next Taylor Swift, and she's singing a country music song, and she's blonde." And that's the premise. And I was thinking, back in the day, when was that? Like 2012, maybe. Taylor Swift made the jump from country music to full-time pop. Do you remember this?
Yep. And 2013, I'd say.
Yeah, somewhere in that pocket. And I remember when I heard that.
2011, maybe.
Yeah, maybe like 2011. And so, give me one more year it could have been.
Early 2010s.
Yeah,
let's just leave it broad.
Somewhere in there. I remember, and Swifties, if you're listening, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. I remember truly rooting for her downfall when I heard that she was leaving country music for pop. not because I had any stake in her career by any means.
It's a
because
Tennessee. It's a South thing, isn't it?
It was a Tennessee. It was specifically a Tennessee
Yeah.
thing. I didn't even like country music that much, but I wanted Tennessee to remain well represented, and I knew that time when Taylor Swift's career was over to represent Tennessee as she should. And so I truly was like, I had some, and I don't know what happened to me. I had some deep rooted issues with Taylor Swift for the next couple of years because I was like,
I think everybody did.
This girl's turned on us.
Yeah, she stabbed us in the back. But then you start listening and you say, okay, hold on a second. Blank Space kind of bangs.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh shoot, this girl did Blank Space. What's the one?
Name another song.
No,
name another one.
I can name more, but I'm trying to think of the one specific one that got huge right when we were kind of entering high school. Shake It Off came out.
Shake It Off.
And Shake It Off was.
That song. I'll sit on that, but
like that was like the point where I knew country music was done for Taylor Swift. I was like, okay, this
she
girl
didn't need to go back.
This girl has actually made it how she was supposed to, and that is fine. You want me to name more Taylor Swift songs? I'll name some good ones. Do you want to know a good one?
Exile featuring Bon Iver.
Exile featuring Bon Iver. Everything Has Changed featuring Ed Sheeran. Me featuring Brendan
anything
Urie.
by yourself, maybe.
Panic at the Disco.
Anything by yourself? Do you like just Taylor Swift? Or do you just like when she brings on male artists?
No, I like
just
Taylor
wondering.
Swift. I like Taylor Swift too. I like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
That's a movie that she's in with male artists.
No, that's Valentine's Day with Taylor Lautner.
Okay.
She has a song called New Year's Day or New Year's Eve.
Right, and I knew that, of course. My favorite Taylor Swift song, Cruel Summer's good. We've talked about Taylor Swift before.
As we should. The
but
queen herself.
Reputation. Blank Space is her best work, in my opinion.
Okay. That's
Just
fine.
Bangs. Every time.
Have you seen the Eras Tour on Disney Plus?
I don't think I've watched it all the way through.
Cringe. That's cringe. You should watch it.
Okay, I'll do that while you watch Parasite. We'll have very different nights.
In a way, we wouldn't though, because we're watching Prime Cinema, and that's all I want to see. High art, and that's all I want to see anymore these days. That's all I kind of had to talk about. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I had the section for sports, but I might just save that for another time.
Do we like Travis Kelce?
Of course we do. That's it.
Yeah.
If our queen has chosen Travis Kelce, then we can only support Travis Kelce too.
We can only help to anoint him.
Yeah, he's done nothing to betray our trust. He has our queen's back, even in the midst of Blake Lively turning her back on her for her own gain.
Blake Lively is a bad person. Remember when I said that really early? And
dude, you were early on the Blake Lively's a bad person.
I was early on Blake Lively, yeah. And so I knew about that early. But let me put you on just one other question. You can cut off this pause because I'm forgetting what I had to say as well, like you did earlier.
No, we're keeping it in. This
Dude,
is
what
Tyler's.
do I have to say?
This is Tyler's brain.
Oh, let me put you in a tough spot. Because you know who has betrayed our queen, Taylor Swift?
Who's that?
Maddie Healy.
How so?
Bro, where have you been?
Did he betray that, or was he always just kind of a silly little narcissist who never had a chance of winning our queen anyways? Was that not just one of those unresolved?
She seemed pretty devastated with the whole album and stuff.
Yeah,
it felt like it was pretty deep, but I don't know. I suppose we can forgive him because he makes good music too.
He makes great music, and I really just I think it might have just been the right person, wrong time for them.
Right person, wrong time.
It was they had this thing for years, and they were both seeing other people. How do you think Calvin Harris felt when all that Taylor Swift could do was talk about Maddie Healy? How do you think Joe Alwyn felt when all that she could do was say, you're some normal guy who has no issues with anything?
Do you think that's what he wrote Exile about?
Maddie Healy is so hot.
Do you think that that's what Joe Alwyn wrote Exile about, though?
Could have been, yeah. I think.
Did you know he helped write that song?
Maddie Healy wrote Exile?
No. Joe Alwyn helped write Exile.
I think you're thinking of Bon Iver. Bon Iver is a singer, and you're thinking of Joe Alwyn, the actor. I don't think actors.
And I know
songs.
who Joe Alwyn. He is he goes under like an alias in the credits because of something. It was in her documentary that I watched. Have you seen her documentary? Probably not, but
of course I have. That's our Queen Taylor Swift.
I would guess you haven't, and I would tell you to tighten up and watch it.
Okay. Fine, man. I'll look into it. So But so Joe Alwyn wrote a song about Matty Healy too, which is interesting. That's the thing. He was always there. He was always there. And even when she found her soulmate, her one, Travis Kelce, who made her feel like a normal girl, never to be compared to anyone else, Matty Healy's still kind of knocking around in the back of her brain. We have one song about the hot football player who grabs her in the bleachers and brings her down onto the field. Then we have one line about Charlie Puth. The rest of that album is about Matty Healy's unbegotten love, and how it's always going to be unbegotten because they don't work together because Matty Healy is too provocative for her brand.
Wow.
Think about that for a second.
Why don't you take this energy and bring us into Q&A?
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to funnel it into Q&A. If you want me to funnel into you, leave a question anywhere you want.
Disgusting.
No, it's not, bro. We're talking about Q&A. Q&A. Leave us a comment. Leave us a question.
That's like,
on Spotify.
It's like a suppository in a way. I know you don't know what that was, but like funneling like medicine into like Skyrizzy into you would be like a suppository thing.
I don't think you know what Skyrizzy is, man. I think you're just saying that because you want to blend in with the Crohn's crowd after everything you did to Ron.
I think we could liquefy Skyrizzy and funnel it into you.
Bro, it's already a liquid. Oh, you don't know anything about Crohn's and it's embarrassing. It's already a liquid.
So it's a liquid, then why couldn't it be funneled into you?
It does get funneled into you, not in a suppository sense. We know what suppository is now. Not everything is suppositoried that goes into you funnel wise.
And I know that, but you kept using the word.
Bro, I've learned it. I've learned so much. I feel so much more intellectual than I've ever felt in my entire life because I get it. I get what Christopher Nolan was going for, bro. I don't think you understand that. He used a lot of practical effects. He didn't rely on CGI. These movies are different.
You haven't seen The Martian, by the way?
It's crazy. He went to Mars. Pardon my language. He went to freaking Mars with Matt Damon. Who did? Who went
with Matt Damon?
Christopher Nolan.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Do you want to hear my impression of Matt Damon if he was small on Mars?
Yes.
And his ship got left behind? Yes. All right. Kim told me to leave a headphone warning on this because apparently even though you take the sound and put it and compress it below the top and bottom of the bars, the peaking still kind of persists a little bit. So I'm going to give a headphone warning. This is my impression of Matt Damon from the movie Downsizing if he ended up on Mars without a ride home. Oh no! My ride home is gone! Ah! What do I do? Christopher Nolan! Help!
What would Christopher Nolan?
So
that's my favorite impression. Oh, that's so good.
So, like we were saying, if you want to leave a Q&A question, have your question read live on air by Matt and Tyler from Until We Agree. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. If you're listening on Spotify, scroll down on this episode. There's a comment section. Just leave a comment. We'll find it and we'll respond to it next week. Kim loves doing this and Kim asks great questions. And Kim never has an unoriginal thought on these questions. She told me last week, that question she asked last week, she had no idea it had already been answered by someone else on Reddit. It just was a coincidence. And we trust Kim because Kim trusts us. So, Tyler, What did Kim ask this week?
Kim asked us, POV, your co-host has been kidnapped and is being held at a location 30 minutes away. You were driving to rescue him. Do you listen to music on the way there? If so, what music? Great question. So, I don't know. It depends. Okay, so okay. May I ask a follow-up question? You'll have to be the judge of it.
You've just kind of been stammering, so take us somewhere, yeah.
Do I have this location 30 minutes away? Do I know how to get there?
Yeah, it's pretty much just, it's like the interstate, probably. It's just right
then here's the thing, there's no time then. So I'm getting there as quick as possible. I'm not plugging my phone in. It's whatever's on the radio. If I needed directions, I would, of course, plug in my phone, Apple CarPlay, and then put on something, maybe DJX, for example. But
DJX. Hey, we heard you're going to rescue Matt from a warehouse in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Let's hear what that would sound like. Let's hear what that would sound like right now. So yeah, he would probably say something like that, and then maybe he'd try.
It's just music at a sushi restaurant by Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Hey, how's your day going? I'm X. Thanks for showing up. First up, I'm taking you back to 2023. The 1975 takes the lead.
No way, Matty Healy.
1975, wintering. So that would be the song I guess I would listen to as I am driving to save you. But yeah, I mean that's only if I needed directions because there's no time otherwise.
That's interesting. My car actually connects to my phone first. I always have Bluetooth
Yeah.
on, so I don't go radio.
Yeah.
I don't go radio first, but that's a car by car thing. My car, if I already had the Spotify app up, it would automatically connect. If the Spotify app was closed out, it would then filter to the songs that I bought in middle school and high school freshman year that are still loaded onto my iTunes. Alphabetical order, it would probably be Afternoon Delight from the movie Anchorman.
That's crazy. That'd be a crazy song to be speeding down the interstate too.
Yeah. Let's see what my DJX has for me, though.
Hey, it's DJX. I know what you listen to. I see Knox there. So I'm going to be playing artists you got in rotation, going deep into your listening history, and I'm always on the lookout for new stuff too.
He's
Just to
not
push
on
your
the lookout for
boundaries a
new
little
stuff.
bit.
No, he's
I like
never.
to come back and change things up myself
Okay,
sometimes.
we get it.
But if
Stop
there's
talking.
ever something
There's
you
a
want to hear,
long
you
intro
can
for
just tell me.
DJX.
Just press and hold down that DJ button at the bottom of your screen and start.
Why are you getting a DJX
All right, now you know
tutorial?
how this works. I mentioned Knox. We'll start with that and a few
Bro,
other.
never listens to DJX. Can I say something though?
Yeah.
About DJX?
Yeah.
He seems to always go back to 2023 for me, and I don't know why. He always says, I'm taking you back to 2023. And every single time. What happened to 2024 or 2022?
Bro, here's the thing. DJX he's not doing good work. Some guy made that guy.
I don't want to believe
3
it. I don't
years
want to
ago.
believe it. But I think you might be onto something, man.
Dude, someone programmed that and they have not done a single update to it since.
It's been saying beta for maybe the past 3 years.
Oh, is it still in
So,
beta? That's
yeah,
so
I think
funny.
so. At the very top left, it says beta.
Yeah, that's
it.
Mine
Shout
always
out
mine,
DJX.
mine truly forgets that I use it fairly regularly though. He always gives me the I think if you go like 3 weeks without using him, he has to give you another rundown. It's a clown show over there at Spotify, but that's what happens in Trump's America.
Oh, thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
Bro, I know somebody that you know that's furious right now.
dude. He's engaged though. He doesn't care.
Yeah, that's true. He's not listening either.
Yeah, never. He asked if we're still doing the podcast at his engagement party. And he goes, "Yeah, every week, man."
Let's do an impression of Matt Damon listening to DJX.
All right, who do you want me to be? I'll be DJX.
Okay.
You do a good Matt Damon. Hey, Matt, it's your DJX. We want to give you a throwback to what you used to listen to in 2017.
Again? Then what song?
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City?
Then,
Did you press skip or
see,
something?
we need exposition because I was gonna set the scene that Matt Damon would be very tiny dancing to the
Dude, that's the one thing about Matt Damon. He would be really tiny.
He will
in
be
that
very
situation.
tiny. Yeah.